Yo, C-Diff! Back at you again. We're with the power rankings. I know you've been waiting for this. Joining me is the one, the only Pierre,
What's going on, guys?
as well as Sacred.
Hello, hello.
So yeah, what we did, we each made our own rankings. Afterwards, we put the score, we added them up, divided them, and the final score became the final ranking. So let's get into it.
All right.
Easy enough.
All right. So starting off number 18, we had HZK and the was that East Coast Clawitzers.
Yes.
Let's see. What was the general thoughts on this team?
Uh, First off, I feel like I know he's got two breakers. He's got a special attacker, Shandy, and Conk. But I feel like he's going to struggle to do some damage. The rest of his team is pretty passive unless he has set up. Caesar's got Swords Dance, obviously. Laddie's got the Calm Mind. But I just don't like the offensive presence of this team, to be fair.
Yeah, I
I
think
also noticed this. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
honestly, just outside the team, like the first two or three are pretty solid. I'm not a huge fan of Latias. And then he's got like a sixth round Tangela and a regular Diancie and a Regice.
Yep.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm. I also noticed this team is super slow. Like his fastest mon is Ladias, and afterwards it's just Zapdos and a bunch of slow mons.
Yeah,
Which
then
I'm not a fan
Savali,
of.
and then that's it.
Yeah, I also noticed he doesn't have any electric immunity unless he brings Silvally Ground, which I feel like he's gonna have to bring Silvally Ground a lot because he also has like a bit of a rock weakness as well. Like his only real switch into rock is Conk.
Yeah.
So it takes a lot away from the versatility of Silvally if you're kind of forced to bring Ground every week,
Hmm.
which I feel like he has to.
Yeah, I agree. Outside of the first three picks, I think this team kind of just became a little too passive. Next up, number 17, we had Risky and the Golden State Goldex. For me
Risky.
personally, this team, I don't know. It's just, again, kind of first three picks are all right. Not a huge fan of Salamence, and then it's just passive.
Yeah, this team had some weaknesses. It's a bit fire weak. It's a bit rock weak. It's okay on hazards, I think, but not great on removal. Like he
Its
has what's
removal
it?
is
This
Starmie Salamence.
Starmie and
Yeah.
Salamence. Yeah, again with the now with the Salamence, he's forced to bring probably a more bulky Salamence if you want to go like the Wish Pass or Defog route. But like that means he can't bring offensive Salamence most of the time, which is again it just takes away from the versatility of the mod.
Right, which what he wants to bring, probably.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
considering that's his only dragon, and then his fairy type is Clefairy, so
Yeah.
yeah, just all around the team's just kind of, I don't want to say commit to hard whack, but it doesn't. I feel like this team just kind of struggles to get what it wants done.
Yeah, for sure. But Risky is a former champion, so we'll see what he can do with this thing.
I did not know that, so that's news to me.
Yeah, he's a season one champ, dude. He's an OG.
All right. Should we say the standard line again? This ranking is not based on player skill, just on the
Yeah.
monster.
This
Yeah.
this is an on paper ranking. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to number 16. We have not Adam and the Guangzhou Gigazards. He drafted Dragapult. I really like Dragapult and Clef, and I think Galar Zapdos is a pretty sick mon. But then outside of that, this team is just taunt spamming. Doesn't really do much.
This team is hugely ice weak. I noticed. It's like
Hmm.
Blastoise is his only switch into ice, but if it's freeze dry, he has no switch ins whatsoever.
Yeah,
Like Houndoom, yeah.
Skarmory can
Sorry.
take a couple physical ice hits, but that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All in all, I think
Yeah,
pretty just spammable for any strong ice type to come in and just click moves.
and I guess a
Yeah,
good
that's fair.
defensive core outside of that, like a Mungus, Skarmory, Clef, Blastoise, but this type's missing. I feel.
Yeah, the team for me is just it's too passive. Like Dragapult's pretty sick offensively and has a bunch of offensive versatility. Galar Zapdos is a pain to switch into, and that's it as far as
Yeah.
offense goes. This team's gonna be annoying to break, but I think it's just
What kind of setup does Galar's Zapdos get? Does it get anything good, like
I
sword
don't
dance or anything like that?
think it gets any setup.
It gets bulk up, I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
bulk up.
Okay, so it's bulk up, and then Houndoom obviously gets nasty plot. So
Yeah, but like it doesn't have roost. That's the big
Yeah,
problem with it. Like,
can't
yeah,
roost.
no, that's tough.
No
Yeah,
recovery whatsoever. Yeah, I think. And then what was? Oh no, he had good removal. What was I thinking? Yeah,
yeah,
so
Starmie, Blastoise, Kamala, his removal is fine.
yeah, that's the
yeah.
removal's fine. Hazard's okay. Just too passive for me.
Mm-hmm.
Up next is my team.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the Los Angeles Dodrios coming in with a complete and total clusterfuck.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
wouldn't go that far. Not complete in
yeah.
total. Just a little bit of one.
Yeah, I mean it got a lot better in free agency. I had my speed tiers went from 108 Keldeo to the 200 Regieleki, and I had no removal before free agency. But here we are. I
But
really like my first two picks. The Celesteela Guard I
Yeah.
think really worked together well. But that's really it. I have like no removal.
no, you have the goat remover. You have Empoleon, man.
Yeah, Empoleon and then Regieleki spins,
Regieleki gets spin, yeah.
and that's and I
I
guess
think Volk actually gets default
yeah,
too.
Volt gets defog, but that's I'm
Yeah.
not defogging with Volcarona.
Yeah. You have a pretty good core. Like I like your core. You have some decent offense. I just think your defensive side's lacking. Like the ones that are gonna come in to take hits, like Empoleon and possibly Celesteela, like can't recover. So it's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
I found it interesting. Like, I like the Psychic Terrain plus Gardevoir. Like, I mentioned this before we started recording, but I'll say it anyways because so the rest can also hear it. So I like the Psychic Terrain plus Gardevoir. Like, that's scary as hell. I like kind of Regieleki with the Psychic Terrain, so we can't just get priority beat, but you also have a bunch of priority monsters yourself with the Mamoswine, with the Greninja, with Regieleki, even Empoleon. Like, Aquajet Empoleon's gonna be good set.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I just decent. The bulk really lacks. I think the longevity of this team.
I agree with that.
Up next we have the other voice here. We got Pierre.
Sweet man.
Yeah.
Why are we so low, man?
this was
We
hilarious.
should have voted
You-
ourselves
you-
higher. We're the ones ranking ourselves.
Yeah,
you
1 and
guys
2.
Tied. This was both of you guys the exact same score.
I know, dude. It's wild. No, I don't think my team's that bad. Actually, I mean, obviously, I'm going for a little bit of fun here with the Sun team, but I mean, I have decent speed tiers. I have decent hazard control. You know, I have some bulk. I don't know how often I'll bring Suicune, but just having it on the team is going to make everyone else prep against it, which
Yeah.
is good, I think. Go ahead, sorry.
No,
I like that you have a Sun team. I don't think you needed to go this hard into a Sun
Yeah.
team. You have 3 grasses and 3 fires. Like, you're so weak to flying. Like, Coco is your only flying switch in. Like, how many times are you gonna switch in Coco?
yeah, your flying resist is Coco, and then also you put a Sun team, but the only thing really taking a special fire move in the Sun is Suicune on your
Yeah,
team.
no, for sure. If the opponent has a good fire type, that's probably gonna be tricky for me to play around.
Yeah, I mean outside of that, I do like Coco Lando. I think Victini's a pretty cool mon, but I feel like it's gonna struggle to switch into a lot of different moves.
I
Yeah,
feel
for
there are
sure.
just
No, I
ones on
wanted to
your team
do.
that are- Go ahead, sorry.
The, I was just saying, I like banded Victini in the sun. That was fun to me on
Yeah.
paper, so I wanted to give
Yeah.
that a shot. And I have decent setup too. I mean, I can set up with pretty much every mon, except like Torkoal, I think. So
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting team. For I think one of the other things why I had it so low is I think you have like 4 mods between 100 and 105.
yeah, 300s. Charizard, Zarude, Victini, I think. Oh, Miltank's on there too.
Yeah, Miltank, and then Zarude's 105.
I,
Yeah,
I actually have a really fast team. My only slow mon's Torkoal. I think everything else is above 80.
yeah.
If I'm
I think it's an interesting team. I think you can definitely work your way around this and collect some wins, but I think it's going to take a little bit more
yeah, we'll see what happens.
thought process. Moving on, we have Uno the card game and the Melbourne Meltans. For me, this team. What was this team?
It's like
It's-
this half sand team.
Yeah, the weird sand team that has a Frostmoth. I don't know. This team, it probably could have gone up a little bit higher just because I think Medi Mandibuzz is a pretty sick team, but then it just kind of doesn't fit together anywhere else for me.
Yeah, that's how I was kind of looking at it first. I don't like the flow of it, I guess. Maybe I'm missing something. Um, he doesn't have a whole lot of Volt turn, does he? Boomer. Does
Mandibuzz.
Inteleon get U-turn? Manabuzz doesn't
Yeah,
get
you,
U-turn,
Yeah,
yeah.
Inteleon
that'll be
gets U-turn. I
Inteleon, yeah.
think Dracozolt gets Volt Switch. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, that
I'd
might.
assume so. Yeah, is it still like a TM in Gen 8? Or like a the other
I
thing?
think
What's it
so.
called?
Hold on. Let me see.
I
I
think it
think
is
it
a
gets
T,
Volt Switch.
TM or TR.
I think he's got decent Volt Turn, but I don't. He's got two breakers for me. And I guess
What,
Inteleon.
Medicham?
Yeah, Medicham and
Yeah, Inteleon,
Boomer.
yeah, can hit.
Inteleon can break, yeah, if you do the crit set.
And Dracozolt. Dracozolt, I think, is another kind of cool Pokemon, but the hustle, relying on hustle is just. Dracozolt does not get Volt Switch.
Huh. How about that?
But yeah, just for me, the team, it's just doesn't fit together. Is I guess the way I'm going with this.
Yeah.
It's a collection of decent mons.
Yeah, there's good mons. I just don't know how well they work.
Yeah, for sure.
Up next, we have 400 meter and the Buffalo Buffalots. I know. I want to say this team kind of sat in the middle for everybody.
I had him third. I had him way higher.
Oh, way higher. Okay, so I'm crazy.
Well, then you show us. Show us why they're so good. Yeah, why'd you have them so high?
Yeah, Jolts. What's
Okay. I think this is a very nicely well balanced team. There's a great like Dragon, Fairy, Steel Core with Garchomp, Lele, Aggron. What else did I put? Yeah, that's good hazards, good speed tiers, good cores. It's an overall solid team in my eyes.
I think it's a little bit too fast for me and frail. Like,
Yeah.
I guess Frostlass, Aerodactyl, Mienshao, Salazzle, Lele, they're all super fast. Obviously, as Umbreon, Mega Aggron's gonna be tough to kill.
Rotom's fairly bulky. Garchomp can be a bulky monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, they.
and
But for me, it's just
Enough.
there's no like
No-
dedicated want to be bulky switch-ins all day, all
like
long.
recover. Yeah,
Yeah,
Umbreon's
there's-
the only one that can recover, right? Or
And Aerodactyl gets Roost, and that's about it.
And it's
Like-
also like your cleric, he's your wish pass, so that can go into aggro, or you can do rest and
yeah, wishing into
There's
Aggron's
still a
gonna
lot
be
you can do.
great. That's true.
Yeah, I think it's just the longevity of the team relying on Umbreon not getting taunted or not getting just blown back by any strong fighting type. This team is gonna, I think, struggle to make it late into games.
Maybe.
Yeah. That's for me at least. I'm not. It's got good hazards, decent removal, and I think the speed tiers were okay. It's just
Yeah.
a little fast.
Yeah.
Up next we have Ballhawk and what the hell is his name? Indiana Screamers. This team
Actually,
started out sick with Lando I Aegislash, and then it just got a little too bulky for me.
Yeah, I
Again,
feel
this is
that.
another Ice Week team, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, Lando's
It
weak,
is.
Alteria's weak, Sigilif weak. Like, yes, Aegislash, maybe you can switch in. Like, you have to look out that Aegislash doesn't get frozen, but other than that, Aegislash is kind of his only switch into ice. Unless it's special, then Blissey can switch in, I
Blissey
guess.
can.
Blissey and
Yeah, for
Gastrodon
sure.
switches in pretty well on the special side too.
None of it's freeze dry.
Yeah, not if it's freeze dry. That's true. Yeah, for me, it's just this team. It doesn't have great. It doesn't have great removal. It's rockers are. It's got pretty good rockers, but
Mhm.
it's another spammable team with ice moves for me.
It's got really good setup though.
Yeah, everything. I think everything has pretty solid setup here. Rotom, Nasty Plot, Infernape gets Swords Dance, Nasty Plot, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Landorus is
Yeah.
always annoying.
Landorus, Mega Altaria,
Aegislash sets up, yeah.
Yeah, it's got
Megalith, Lycanroc.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely an interesting team on paper. I think this team could nuke a lot of people who under prep it, but that's about what it has going.
It does have a bunch of mons that you're kind of forced to prep against. I like that
It
about
does.
it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Solid.
Yeah, solid team. I like the Lando AI Aegislash. That's just annoying for me.
Hmm.
Up next we have Malcolm and the Danny Phantoms. Uh, first
I
pick.
really love what he was going for here. I love it. I don't know if it'll work out well. We'll see.
This team is. It's kind of all over the place. The first pick, Pelipper, committing to hard rain and then picking up sand later was threw me for a loop.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
savage.
his rain core is so solid. Pelipper, Swampert, Ferrothorn, then Dracovision, even Tentacruel.
Yeah.
And then, like, using Tyranitar as like a weather reset is not bad. Like, you don't have to go smooth rock on it. Just use other items and go back into Pelipper with that rock item. That's
Yeah.
like yeah.
Yeah, this
I
team's
like
all
the
around Dracovish, kind of.
yeah, I like the versatility that Dracovish gets with this team. Whether it's going to be like Rain Scarf or Sand Band, I think that's
Exactly,
really
yeah.
cool. I think Spectre is going to be really cool to see what he does with it, just to kind of show up and nuke things if it gets the chance.
Yeah,
Um,
he's gonna be playing like a prediction game because he's obviously hyper offense. That was the one knock I gave is that he has no recovery. Like if someone has protect or something can take a Swampert hit or something, he's gonna struggle.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I like that he picked up webs too for the rain aspect of Vish. I think this team is going to be just a nuisance to deal with, but if you can't deal with it, I think he's going to really struggle to beat you.
I
Yeah,
like that he has double without being like hugely weak to one type.
Yeah.
Like unlike you, but he's not grass weak. He's not electric weak at all. Like I don't feel like so. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's fair.
well balanced for a weather team, for
Yeah.
double weather team even.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then he
He
drafted
doesn't have a
Alcremie,
whole,
so
that's it. He doesn't have a whole lot of setup though. I think just T-Tar and Thundy can set up, right? I guess Swampert gets bulk up.
yeah.
So
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Sandslash gets Sword Snits. Come on.
Oh.
Thunderous with bulk.
Yeah, I think
apologies.
got good hazards, good removal, and I think this team is just a nuisance to deal with offensively.
What about
For
Curse
sure. A lot of
Ferrothorn?
versatility.
Curse Ferrothorn is also a monster.
Oh god.
Oh,
What
what
a
about
beast.
Contrary Shell Smash Shuckle?
Oh man, I'm trembling, guys.
All right, moving on. We have Jared and Jared and the what's his team name?
I don't know if he thought that like
Warsaw
the
Watch
hippo
Imps.
was gonna get sniped or what. I like this first few picks and then kind of with a few other teams it seemed to dissipate and then him having to kind of resort to hippopotamus at the end is just
Yeah.
kind of funny.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure Haunch sniped the Gigalith, so then his only sense that left was Hippopotas.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Alright.
think there was like 3 or 4 sand teams, so the sand setters were going hot.
Yeah, we have T-Tar, Hippo, and Gigalith are all on a team. Then Sandaconda even got picked up
Yeah,
too.
Sandaconda got picked up as a sand setter, so sand setters went in this draft. This team for me, it started out the first 4. I thought this was going to be one of my favorite teams, and then he went Florges Jellison, and then things just kind of stopped going greatly.
What you mean? His first 4 picks are amazing.
Yeah, his first 4 picks were the team's going to be annoying. And then Terrakion I think is cool, but then after that it just for me stopped getting good mons that are going to help those first 4 succeed, I think.
Yeah, it's interesting how often he's gonna bring that Hippopotas. Like, is he that desperate for Sand? But also, Sand isn't that amazing in his team. Like, he has 2 Sand Rush mons, but also Venusaur doesn't like the Sand because Synthesis.
Yeah.
Right.
I think Sand
Right.
shenanigans with Terrakion give it that Spadef I think is also kind of cool, but outside that I don't see Sand coming for this team very often.
Yeah, which is too bad because that just makes Excadrill and Stoutland weaker. So it's a tough balance.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you still have rapid spin for Excadrill. I mean, he could still find speed.
Yeah, Excadrill I think this is the time for it to not be on Sand teams, and I really like that people are starting to use it outside of Sand.
Yeah, agreed. I'm interested to see how he uses Moltres.
Yeah, I'm curious about all the Galar birds. Honestly, I think the only one that didn't get drafted was the only one that got any form of recovery. So that's an interesting thing to see.
Yeah, Articuno gets recover, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and that went undrafted, if I remember correctly. So I'm interested to see what people are going to use the Galar birds for.
Yeah, me too.
Up next we have King Arthur in the Phoenix Sunfloras. This team for me, I think this team broke into my top 5 for me personally. I like its offense. I like its bulk. I like the defensive mon he chose. I personally think Mega Charizard X is in like my top 5 of the format mons, just because it's versatile, it's bulky, and it can do a ton of things for you. Yeah, outside that, I think this team is just really solid all around.
No, I'm with you, man. He has good speed tiers. Like you said, good recovery. I think bulk and superior. Lucky, good hazard control for Etris, Nidoking, Togekiss can all handle hazards, and then his setup is good. Having like Zeraora and Charizard that can set up and win the game for you, superior too. So I think it is a good team. Even Togekiss,
I
nasty
do
plot.
like that. Like Mega Azard X team needs good like hazard removal, and he has that. He has Togekiss, Fortress,
Yeah.
I guess Superior, Defog, Rotom. So I
Yep.
like that about it. Yeah, he had some gaps in speed tier, I think.
Yeah, I think he had
That's why.
I can't remember. It was a weird gap. I don't think it was going to be an important gap, but it was there. Um,
There's just some mons also there that I'm not sure how good they're gonna be this gen. Like Superior without hidden power is meh.
See, I still think Superior is a pretty solid mon. I think its role changes from insanely offensive. Like it still has glare, it gets defog. It can still do
It can be
cool things.
annoying.
Yeah, it still do cool things defensively without hidden powers. I think that it's kind of being slept on this gen because it lost that breaking ability. But I still think
Right.
it's a pretty sick mon.
I think 9 points a little too low for it personally,
I agree.
but
Yeah, I
we'll
think
see.
it brings a lot to the table, especially for spamming glares for things like Nidoking to come in and just nuke. I think this team is pretty sick.
Yeah. And I like how he covers Togekiss with Zeraora too, Volt Absorb. That
Yeah.
should be good.
Oh yeah, with Slowbro too. I like that. I didn't notice that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Slowbro with Nidoking Zeraora I think is just really good to take hits. Are we in the top 5 yet? One, two,
It's seven,
three,
top
four.
seven.
Yeah, top 7. Okay, so next up we have Leaf and the Quebec Quillfish. This team for me, I think I had this in my number 2 team. This team brings a ton of offensive pressure between Mega Mawile, Weavile, and Gengar, and then I think it has really good supporting bulk behind it, but it kind of struggles with longevity and recovery.
I had him
Yeah,
at
that was.
6. Hey Pierre, what ranking do you have him?
Let's not talk about that. No, I had him last. Just last. I hate Mega Mawile and Trick Room and all the slow offense shenanigans. It's just not my style. But kind of just piggybacking off of what Sacred said, I don't like the longevity. I know he's got Tangrowth and Porygon, which are gonna be tough to take down, but Seismitoad, Uxie don't have recovery. Turtonator as a defensive mon doesn't have recovery, and then Weavile, Gengar, Thundy are rather frail and not the fast. I guess Weavile is fast. Sorry. But I mean a Scarfer, depending on what it is, or Conkeldurr with Mach Punch could beat them. I don't know. It's okay. He's got good hazards.
Yeah, I'm
It's a
not
good team.
a huge fan. I mean, some of the drawbacks for me is this team is just knockoff spam, and he has Mega Maw with no webs, which is, I think if you're going to draft Mega Maw, I think you need to put it with a strong webber just so it gets a chance to break without setting a Trick Room or something.
Yeah, I mean he did bring 2 Trick Room mons, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
Uxie and Porygon still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everything wants its item, and I think this team is a little bit knockoff spammable.
He does have
That's what
some good
That was
Voltron
Maw
though.
Wallet for, right? You just switching Maw with an knockoff.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, for sure. No, I'm. It's 2 Trick Roomers you can U-turn out into Mawile and get them in safely, which is good. So.
Yeah, I think this team is going to be pretty cool in the right situations. Up next, we have Haunch and the Chicago Bulus. For me personally, this team was ranked pretty low. I think it's got Jirachi and Megachomp, and then the rest of the team is just pretty underwhelming in my opinion.
So yeah, he doesn't really have like a high tier mon. Is that kind of what you're getting at?
Yeah, like I feel like he got a bunch of second, third round picks and never really drafted a first round mon.
Yeah, the
Kind
good
of
thing is
roughly in the middle somewhere, I think.
it's balanced overall. He can probably bring every mon to any particular battle, which is going to be tough to prep against. Because
How
a couple
well he
other teams
supported.
are top heavy. What?
Oh, sorry. I like how well he supported Bagachomp. Like he has webs for it. He also has sand for it.
Right.
So he even has like Cleric for it and Sylveon, like can Wish support it. If he gets status, he can heal Bell. So even with it's two, he has two Clerics actually, Jirachi and Sylveon.
Right. Yep.
Yeah,
So
I think
I'm really curious how good that's going to be this gen because it gets like it can boost its speed now with that one dragon move.
yeah
What's it
the
called?
scale shot.
Skill shot, yeah.
Yeah, scale
Yeah, I
shot's
think that's
definitely
gonna
a
be good.
force, makes it a force to be reckoned with. The thing is just gonna nuke in the sand, but I think it's just it has so much of a supporting cast. I think that's why it got put up so high. But for me, it's just I feel like there's no real star to this team.
The one real weakness of the team, it's hugely weak to Edgequake. Like almost every mon in this team is either weak to
Yeah.
Earthquake or Rock, except for Chestnut. Chestnut is the only mon that resists both, so he's going to be highly reliant on that mon.
Yeah.
Yeah, defensively, yeah.
Which isn't the best because, again, Sand plus Synthesis. There you have it again.
Yep. Here we go with all the sand teams going off.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, for the hazard control is pretty solid. I think it's got good removal. It's got good hazard setters. It's got spikes, rocks, webs. But and I think Darmanitan with web support is another pretty cool mon. But like I said, I just don't
Oh,
think
yeah.
he ever took a first rounder with this team. Moving on, we have
Yep.
This is top 5.
oh yeah, breaking into the top 5. We have number 5, Gradual. Gradual.
Yeah.
And what was his team name? God of Peace.
God,
Interesting team name. So many takeaway with this one.
I actually, I don't know. I don't love this team. I like it. It's definitely solid. I love Torn. I mean, great pick. With Mega Absol, Zygarde. He's got great setup. Just looking at everything. Zygarde, Decidueye, Necrozma, Keldeo, Mega Absol. He's got great
Rotom
setup.
E.
His defense core is a little weak. Marini, interesting pick.
Yeah, no bulky water makes this team a little interesting.
It's a 1 point mon. Yeah, I did notice he has like 2 Eviolite users, but it's tied Null and Marini. How often is he going to bring either one of those? So I'm not sure if that's a
Exactly.
huge
Yeah,
downside.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, he has the speed tiers are fine. He could use a few more hazard. I think he has like 2 rock setters. That's it.
yeah, he has
I think so.
yeah, he has Necrozma and Yellowfin.
And Copper,
Yeah.
Roger,
Copper Roger, yeah. He has
That's
some good
that's it.
removal though.
Yeah, he's got good removal. I think he's got some of the best removal. Honestly, I think Rotoms are great defoggers, and Torn-T is just great at
Yeah.
everything it does.
Yeah, okay, good.
Right, yeah.
For me, this team, it was another one where it had a couple solid picks, but then just never really had a star to it. Like, Torn-T is a really cool mon. I think Zygarde is a really overrated, kind of bad Pokemon. But I think he's got a good supporting cast and removing things that Zygarde can't break.
Yeah, I think Rotom cores really well with those because it resists both Electric and Ice, which is
Yeah,
top
he's
picks.
ice weak. Yeah, Rotom's gonna have to come in a lot on ice moves probably.
Yeah, and Copper Raja is not great at switching in. Like, it's got a great HP stat, but it doesn't enjoy taking hits from strong attackers, regardless
Yeah, no,
if resisted or
sure.
not.
Right.
I think, yeah,
He
he's
lacks
got
a little bit of recovery, I guess.
yeah,
You know, other than like Aromatisse,
Pain
Decidueye,
split.
Torn. Yeah, he might get whittled down a little bit. I guess
This
Necrozma
is
can
actually a
recover too.
decent cleric. Like I really like it for only 6 points. It's
yeah.
just a
Aromatisse is
cleric.
a really. I don't know where I put Aromatisse because I've seen it do a lot of great things, and then I've just seen it be dead weight and set up food for teams.
It depends. Yeah, you have to use it well.
Yeah, this. I think he's also got pretty good Volt turn to get into stuff like Zygarde and Necrozma for like weakness policy sets or something.
Yep.
Number 4 we have Berry Fairy and the Texas Toxtricities. This team for me was number 1. It's got a ton of offense. It's got great bulk, good hazards, good removal. I think Urshifu with webs, or Urshifu single strike with webs is a pain. It is an absolute
Very
nightmare.
scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I like webs for Urshifu. I don't know if the rest of his team needs webs because this is a fast team.
It is fast, yeah, and he can attack specially and physically. He's got a lot of threats that you have to prep for.
Yeah, I feel like it didn't necessarily need webs. I can use it for Urshifu, I guess, but it could definitely have done without webs.
Yeah,
What else?
Haxorus without Dragon Dancing, I think, is another bonus and upside to having webs, so you can run Banded or even like Sword Stance. I think you get Sword Stance.
Yeah, he does.
Mega Arrow is a really cool Pokemon in this gen too. I think he covers all his grounds pretty well and has, like I said, good removal and Delmize, Weezing. Arrow can even defog in some matches. Um, Pretty cool team.
Yeah, for sure.
Up next we had Trenton and the what's his team name? It's not in front of me. Kansas City Chikorritas.
Kansas City.
This is another team I think that really did well in the first like 5 picks and then just kind of started taking some less than stellar picks in the late rounds.
So we have a little bit of technical difficulty. Jolts' phone just died.
Oh no.
Yeah, but I think Trenton's team is just very balanced overall. I actually play him week 1, so I took a look at his
Oh,
team
we're
a
back.
little bit.
We're back.
Oh, welcome back,
Oh,
Jolts.
oh, what up, buddy? How you doing?
Yeah, it didn't actually die. It just turned off for some reason. Never mind. We're back.
Glad to have you.
No, Trenton's team is very well balanced, man. It's gonna be tough to break. He's got great hazards overall, great removal, great setters, and he's got setup potential, which is scary. Corviknight, Como.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
Trenton. I put Trenton first, actually. I think this is the team that has the least issues overall. There's a great Fairy Dragon Steel core, like easily the best INC core.
Yeah, I
absolutely.
think so too.
And then, yeah, this is a team you don't want to set up hazards against. Yeah, you can like send him right back with Cinderace or bounce him with INC. Plus, he has good removal generally with like Corviknight, Rotom. And yeah, he has good ball, good offense. I really like this team.
Yeah, he's got great hazard setters. He's got the T-Spikes. He's got his grounded poison. He's got 2 of probably my favorite rockers in the game in Swampert and Como. I think this team is just all around really good. Like I said, the
Good
tail
speed
end
tiers,
got a
too.
little interesting. Yeah, they had good speed tiers. I think he's got good. He's got pretty decent U-turn, and even Swampert gets flip turn. So I think this is a really
Yeah,
cool
that's
team.
right.
Yeah. Whoops.
It is.
Flip
No,
it.
very good team.
Flipton's Swampert is going to be interesting.
Yeah, I've been trying. I tried to draft it in the 3 drafts I'm in. All 3 times I didn't make it to it in time. So hopefully it's not as good as everybody says. Coming in at number 2, we have Mr. King Rong and the ZL Ludicolos. This team kind of fell out of the top 5 for me, I think, just because it feels a little passive. Like everything needs to set up to break. He doesn't really have a really on its own breaker.
Yeah, I can see
Yeah,
that.
other than like Pidgeot maybe.
Yeah.
But I'm just
I
so
like-
scared of his 4 mons that can set up. Finny, Gliscor,
Yeah.
Latios, and Caesar. Like, you got to prep for all of that.
Yeah,
That's brutal.
if he can get a chance to set up, you're looking at a world that hurt. But I think it just relies way too much on that setup. Good removal, good hazards. Just a little too passive for me.
That's fair. He's got great roll turn, though, to get it,
Yeah.
maneuver his way into whichever setup sweeper he wants.
Yeah, he
And
is a
poke,
ton
maybe
of
poke holes with
pivot.
one and then sweep with the other. Yeah, he's got a couple.
Yeah, he just has a bunch of good mons, I feel. He does also have a bunch of mons that I'm not sure how good they're going to be this gen because no hidden power. Like Pidgeot, definitely Jolteon. I'm not sure what that's
Oh,
going to be.
Jolteon is, yeah, really. I saw Jolteon on this team, and I wanted to drop it a lot lower just because I think Jolteon and Miss Magus are just really tough to bring to games.
Miss Magus is actually pretty good. Good speed tier. I think it gets nasty plot.
Does it also have like Mystical Fire, so it does have coverage?
Yeah, you can't
I
sleep
think-
on
yeah.
Miss Magus because it could set up and do some work.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true. Yeah, I think this team has a ton of good mons. I don't think outside of like Jolteon and probably Kang for me, there's no really bad mon on this team.
Gang's actually a decent budget cleric. It
Lower
gets,
tier.
Wish, and I think
Yeah,
Heal Bell too,
yeah.
doesn't it get Heal Bell?
Jolteon gets Wish too, and Jolteon could, just be there for speed checking and possibly Thunder Wave and stuff.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty sick team.
Should we do it? Should we go to number 1?
Yeah, number
Who
1,
could it possibly be?
number 1, Crazy in the Toronto Maple Dawdlers. This team, again, this team is, I think this team is really hard to break through and has a ton of offensive presence.
Yeah, I love the first three picks. Huge Mega Gallade fan. Love Hydreigon, and I think Metagross fitting with those two is really good.
Yeah, I just
Like really
wish
good.
Metagross was a little bit better of a Pokemon. I feel like it always disappoints, but I think with this team and the team he has around it, I think Metagross is gonna get to play the game and
Yeah.
shine really well.
No, I get what you
This
mean. Same with Bulu too. I'm not a huge fan of Bulu, but I think Bulu fits in really nicely here too.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is a team that really takes advantage of the terrain. Like with Nidoqueen, Metagross, Volcanion, all of those monsters really appreciate the terrain.
hmm
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I
yeah,
And
like
you
this
know,
team a lot.
he covers his ground weakness too with Talonflame and Rotom, very nicely too. So Haunter, I think, does Haunter get Levitate?
yes.
Yes,
I know
Haunter still gets
Hydreigon
Levitate. Yes.
Levitate. I think all around this team
Yeah,
just covers itself really, really well and has Aloe passing wishes. I think Lickitung gets wishes.
it does.
Yeah, I think this is just a really good team.
Yeah, and he's got offense. I mean, he's got some defense. He's got bulk. He's got recovery.
He's got some pivot.
Um, Pivot, Volturn, yeah, hazards are all good. It's just he's gonna be able to get in Gallade or Hydreigon and set up on you probably,
And
and
just
try to win it that way.
yeah, this and even this team does a lot of damage on its own. It doesn't even really need to set up. It can chip you down pretty thoroughly with most of this team.
Yeah, Volt can definitely punch some holes. Metagross too. You know, he could run agility and weakness policy too. So I think Bulu gets Swords Dance too, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
Bulu gets Swords Dance.
Yeah,
Sub Swords
But
Dance
no play
Bulus.
rough.
Yeah, no play rough. No. What was the grassy terrain move? Grassy
Yeah,
glide.
grassy slide, yeah.
Yeah, good
yeah.
thing. Thank God I didn't get that. But I think Bulu's here for. I think Bulu puts terrain up and just makes his team better.
He just covers. Like he'll come into like any ground attack. You know what I mean? You
Yeah,
can't spam ground if Metagross or Volt are in front of you. You have to think
gives
twice.
gives Gallade a little bit of passive recovery. I really like that. Nidoqueen's getting a
Yeah,
ton of health back every turn.
yeah,
All in all, I
definitely
think this is definitely my favorite team in the draft.
Yeah. Any weaknesses it has, I would say maybe a hair slow, because outside of Talonflame, obviously Gallade can't run Scarf or anything. Outside of Talonflame, he's not really that fast.
Yeah, I mean, even on the aspect of he doesn't have a ton of speed, I think he has really good Scarfers that are going to come in and help it. I think Bulu's really good with a Scarf, Hydreigon, Rotom Frost.
Yeah,
So I
plus,
think,
you know, Dragon Dance and
yeah,
Mega Gallade gets priority, Metagross gets priority, so
yeah. All in all, I think this is a pretty good team.
Really solid.
Yeah.
Might
Joel,
even say crazy.
God damn it! I was hoping
Got
nobody
him.
caught on to that.
I do it. I go for all the cheesy puns. I don't care.
hopefully I don't play crazy, because I don't want to play that team.
Yeah, this team is this is my favorite team by far in the draft. I think everybody's gonna have the same nightmare every week prepping for this.
For sure.
All right, Jolts, you want to wrap us up?
I think that about covers it. I hope you all enjoyed this. This was our PRs. Do you want to have any last words, Pierre?
It's been real, boys. Good luck this season, and I hope you hacks the crap out of your opponents except me, and good luck.
Yeah, keep that hacks away from me. I'm really excited for this division. I think it's gonna be a ton of fun.
All right. That covers it. Good
And-
night.
All right, see you guys later. Yep.
That's it.
See ya.